Alright. Oh, little moon. Hello, little moon. Isn't it also kind of crazy how much... I don't know. How much Starfield feels like work? I don't know. Obviously you can't, you dear viewer, can't share in the experience, but like... It's just like, I signed up for this, and I shouldn't have, but I did, so it's what I'm doing. What else is there? I do like World of Final Fantasy. World of Final Fantasy is, it's good. It's good. I haven't gotten too far, and it's just like, other things have happened have drawn my attention away. So that's why, like, I haven't, you know, played too much of it. I think I got to chapter 3 or 4? I don't know. It's also like, well, it's interesting because it's very much a commemorative sort of thing, but also it's very much a commemorative sort of thing, but also it has very little. It's a difficult thing to have a 30th anniversary game for Final Fantasy and tie everything into together. But the way they did it's pretty good. And it's basically, it is Final Fantasy, but it's also a monster tamer, creature collector, whatever you want to call it. I was like, yeah, it's not bad. Some might even call it good. And I do think the stacking mechanic. So you have monsters that are medium, that are large, medium, and small. And your characters can switch between a large and a medium form, and basically your party consists of 2 stacks of a small creature on top of a medium creature on top of a large creature. It's silly. It's silly. But it's also kind of fun. And, like, the stack makes you more powerful, so, like, it's not just oh, well, why would I ever want to stack together? Why not just be... And it's like, you're a stack of 3 characters with the combined stats, but you also only get 1 attack. Whereas, you know, you could unstack, technically speaking, but also... You probably don't want to. I mean, there probably is going to be a time where... that is the thing you do, but eh. But yeah, no, it's fun. It's good. Bit silly. But good. Oh, I guess I could also... No, I'm sure I mentioned Lightning Returns. Lightning Returns got me real angry. 13.2... Again, I thought it was a great game. I feel like 13 and 13.2's combat system is, like, underappreciated. Like, oh, it's, like, 13 was a very linear game. Which, don't get me wrong, it abso-fucking-lutely is a very linear game. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, all the Final Fantasies kind of have an illusion of freedom. Or like, dude, you are not playing a super open-ended game with any Final Fantasy, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, maybe the combat-wise, sure, but like, and maybe it's slightly more linear, and the combat, I guess, I don't know. like, you have the freedom to choose, like, to build everything. To choose which character you want to build and how you want to build them, and they do have their own little differences, even though, you know, like Lightning's Ravager is probably gonna be just as effective as Saz's Ravager and all that. Even though, like, well, you know, there's... Ooh, Fang doesn't have Ravager, maybe? I could be wrong. There's, you know, some characters who don't have Ravager, and, like, it's eh. Lightning Returns. Oh, and the final boss in the final boss in 13.2. Oh, the game crashed. Well, shit. Well, you know I've done this before, where I just had to restart the game. Yeah, that happens. It happens sometimes. I don't even know. Oh, Pseudo-Regalia! I don't know if I mentioned Pseudo-Regalia, but we could talk about that at some point. 13.2, the final boss fight consists of, like, you do this one fight, you do fight A, and then you do fight B, and then you do fight B plus, like, one attack. And then you do boss C. And frankly, like, because... What was it? I think because I didn't have the Saboteur. I didn't have 2 Saboteurs, I think, or something. Because that's just not how I played any of the game. And because I didn't have 2 Saboteurs, I had the most difficult time because I wasn't, like, debuffing as fast as I could have. And it made the second and third fight a pain in the fucking ass, and I was just so done with it at that point. I actually, like, it took me so goddamn long that I was like, I have to redo this. I have to come back to this. I need to dedicate an entire fucking stream to this now. Great. So that's what I did. Yeah. So that happened. And then Lightning Returns is... If, like... Lightning Returns is terrible as the third piece in a trilogy. I could not get past the first 3 hours because the controls suck. On PC. Oh, get a controller. Fuck you. If you're going to make a PC port, make it fucking playable on PC, you fucking asshole. You fucking asshole. Right. Don't change up the combat in the third fucking game of your trilogy. What the fuck? Like, I'm not gonna say that it's bad, I'm just gonna say that you don't do that. Like, you know, Mass Effect changed stuff up in the second game, but even then it wasn't like it wasn't a radical change. Whereas in Lightning Returns, it went from being you had a party to you don't have a party. And, like, you know, like, you don't have the paradigm system. It is not the paradigm system. At all. Like, even remotely. So, like, it's just like, what the fuck is happening? And then, under normal circumstances, I might be excited for it. And actually, I was excited for it. There's fucking, Majora's Mask style time, and you need to do stuff before this time, before time passes kind of mechanic. And, yeah. But the thing is if you do a fight and you lose the fight in normal difficulty, it wastes an hour of your time. And trying to fight dumbass fucking controls while also trying to learn a new system is fucking stupid. Like, so literally that happened, and I was like, okay, listen, I could just restart the game in easy, and that would be, because that gets rid of that dumb thing. Because, like, even in Majora's Mask, like, if you die, you don't lose time. You restart at a checkpoint. Like, a game that respects your fucking time. Well, a game that respects your, I don't know. It makes me, even now, like, months after the incident, it still, drives a wedge through my heart. My little bunny heart. My little rack bun heart. Yeah, so that was the whole thing. I really do want to play Lightning Returns, and I will do it for YouTube at some point, but, like, just know that it is a thing that's happening. Oh, and yeah, I don't know when... Alright, so I don't know when it's gonna happen. But, yeah, I'm gonna go through all the Final Fantasy games at some point. I am going to go through all of the Final Fantasy games at some point. I want to start with one. But before that happens, I have to play it on stream. It's going to be how I do this. And Lightning Returns is going to be the one game that doesn't happen for. Maybe not the one game. We'll see. Especially, like, when we're talking about, like, 15 and 16. 15 and 16, as far as I'm concerned, like, don't exist. Which is, yeah. As far as I'm concerned, they don't exist. Until I can get them for, like, $20, then they exist to me. But yeah, so right now is March 4th, 2025. Yeah, I'm playing Super Lesbian Animal RPG. Taking a little bit of a break from Final Fantasy. Not for any particular reason, not because I hate Lightning Returns or anything. No, not at all. Just, because I played Lightning Returns and then Deus Ex. Oh, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, also disappointing. In a lot of ways, it's better. Literally, just the story is short. And, like, I just didn't feel interested in doing the DLCs. Gonna sneeze. Okay. I just didn't feel like doing any of the DLCs because the story was, like... It was just too short for me, honestly. Which is a sad thing to say. Like, I did all the side quests. And there's multiple DLC, and probably, it might be a little bit longer. And hell, I mean, there's even, like, an online... Not really online, you can do it... I don't think there's very little online interaction, not at all required, unlike Mass Effect or something. Or Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. But yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah, I don't know, I think there's a few games. There's Chrono Trigger, which... Yeah, Chrono Trigger is probably going to be a good test bed for how well I do with some older games. God, there are also a bunch of other things I need to play on the Switch emulator, which it's March. It's fucking March, and I really haven't done anything. I need to pick up the pace there.
Need something, Captain?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Silly game crashing. We'll say that's... Like, Star Citizen has its problems. It has its problems. But I do feel like, performance-wise, on the same system, Starfield just doesn't perform as well. Maybe it's the mods, but I don't think it's the mods. Till next time, have a good day. Great day even. Chowskis.